Thanks for tuning in. This is Let's Meet, the first convergent media program for international communication in Chongqing, produced by the Western China International Communication Organization. I'm your host, Alex. Here's our featured content in today's program. Diplomats from 9 countries visit Chongqing to experience the charm of Chongqing brands. Janet Yellen's visit to China spreads the so-called overcapacity theory. How will Joseph Mahoney, an American political scientist and expert on China-U.S. relationship, interpret it? Stanford faculty and students visit Chongqing for a cross-border cultural exchange. The event themed China an Opportunity Chongqing Brands Global Promotion was held in Chongqing. Diplomats from 9 countries, including Argentina, Cambodia, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua, Pakistan, Germany, Serbia, and Singapore, visited Chongqing to experience Chongqing's manufacturing and culture. Let's take a look.
This, for example, is fantastic, which can be converted into a pickup and can be a normal car and can be a 4x4 at the same time. I think that's everything in one car.
China's top 100 tourism countries and the
Chongqing is so beautiful. During the day is different, and during the night is also very different.
So beautiful, and I was here 20 years ago, and it's a complete transformed city.
A good experience to be here and a good example for my country. I hope we can collaborate.
I think wetland conservation is very important, and therefore we congratulate for this effort here.
The Yangtze River water, what is it?
This ultrasound surgery is indeed cutting-edge technology.
How do you feel about this technology?
It's an amazing technology.
Recently, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen visited China again, making her the first U.S. official to visit China in 2024. During her visit, Yellen sent friendly signals while promoting the misleading China overcapacity theory to the world. What is her real purpose for this second visit to China? What is the origin of her criticism of China's electric vehicle industry? In this episode of Global Visions, we invited American political scientist and China-U.S. relationship expert Joseph Mahoney to provide his insights.
In Yellen's case, as the former chair of the Federal Reserve, she knows that China plays a very important role in the global financial system, that China's generally positive relationship with the U.S. dollar is instrumental in the dollar remaining the supranational currency. And of course, China is someone who benefits in trade in dollars as the largest trading partner of most countries in the world, and indeed as the largest trading partner of the United States, where dollars are transacted in those deals as well. So I think that, there's this, Yellen is being used to try to keep the relationship on the whole from spiraling out of control, but at the same time, to some extent, masking the fact, although I don't think Beijing is deceived, masking the fact that the U.S. is still very much committed to a downward trend in relations. I do think she came here to promote this propaganda of overcapacity. Contrary to empirical studies, I was on Bloomberg television this morning. Bloomberg has studied the overcapacity issue. Their intelligence unit has done this, and Bloomberg can't see where there's an overcapacity problem in the industries that the United States is concerned about. There was a joke made that maybe China does have an overcapacity problem in terms of making bobblehead dolls or other cheap products that it no longer wants to build its economy on. Nevertheless, in these areas where China is at the cutting edge, very, very competitive, there's not an overcapacity issue. In an election year where Biden is likely will need to win a critical mass of at least 6 states that will probably decide the election, including Michigan, which is the home of the legacy automobile industry, which if we, as an American who grew up in America and who was aware of what was going on in America in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, those industries were doing everything they could to kill EVs, to kill the development of green technology. And they were working often in tandem with the coal industry and the oil industry to, as a trifecta of fossil fuels. And so this is where we are now. Biden needs those votes in Michigan, above all because he's alienated a substantial Muslim population there with his support for Israel's policies in Gaza. And so this has a lot to do with the American failure to compete for several decades. It has a lot to do with what's going on in Israel, as well as China's rise and competition in the EV sector.
Recently, 20 students from Stanford University conducted a 4-day study tour in Chongqing.
From April 25th to 28th, 20 students from Stanford University's China Studies in Beijing program undertook a comprehensive 4-day study tour in Chongqing. On April 26th, these scholars visited Chongqing University and engaged in extensive dialogues and discussions with the local faculty and students.
My name is Andrew Mancini. I'm a Chongqing city planning major from Stanford University in the United States. First time even in China, but first time in Chongqing. I've loved it so far. Very nice. It seems like a huge city, which from an urban planning as my major, I love being here, but everyone's very friendly, seems really modern with all the skyscrapers. All the bridges, it's nice. The confluence of the 2 rivers definitely makes for nice scenery. Nice being at Chongqing Dashui, the university too. It's been wonderful. The university, it's very green. Buildings seem very nice. All the students we've met with, had lunch with, were very gracious. So it's wonderful. From the businessman who was talking about kind of entrepreneurship and innovation, it's cool. I think oftentimes the US and China seems totally different, but the fact that the cultures share that drive for entrepreneurship, both want innovation and technology, it's unique to see that kind of similarity across the cultures.
In Chongqing, there is a special nanny, but he doesn't take care of babies. He takes care of giant pandas, a national treasure. This nanny is Zhang Lu, a panda caretaker at a zoo in Chongqing. Let's explore the world of Zhang Lu and the panda cubs in today's Faces of Chongqing.
Hello everyone, I'm Zhang Lu, a panda keeper here. I've been part of the Lokajoy family for 7 years. Right behind me is Chao Yue, the charming giant panda I've had the pleasure of caring for. She's a mature female panda. I'm eager for all of you to come and meet her.
Just like Ellen dedicated caregiver, Zhang Lu does so much more than just look after the pandas every day. His job also dives into the realms of scientific research and conservation.
Back in 2017, I joined the team at Lokajoy Theme Park and worked with some large herbivores. I even gained hands-on experience caring for some of the predators.
Even with all his know-how in handling big animals, Zhang Lu feels a bit uneasy around pandas. It's not just their rarity, but also their unique eating habits differ from other large animals. They munch on heaps of bamboo every day to stay energized, so he's extra vigilant, making sure these special creatures get all the nutrients and attention they need. Whenever Zhang catches sight of the pandas munching on their meals, frolicking around or snoozing, he's just over the moon with joy and fulfillment. He's not just about keeping the pandas happy, he's putting his heart and soul into helping these pandas grow their families, aiming to pump up their numbers and secure their future thrives. Ensuring the pandas' comfort and safety, Zhang Lu encourages them to try out different activities. This way, they get better at handling various environments. At the same time, it's a fantastic chance for folks to get a real feel for what pandas are all about, diving into their habits and instincts. Now and then, Zhang Lu makes a point of wandering over to the tourist areas, just to chat with visitors. He's always eager to tackle any questions they have about the zoo's creatures, sharing what he knows and his experiences.
Seeing the excitement in the kids' faces when they spot the giant pandas always gives me a kick too. It's like their joy is a little nudge for me, keeps me pumped about my job.
In this episode of YouTubers in Chongqing, we welcome Indian vlogger Sarika Verma, who has a passion for spicy food. She came to Chongqing in search of spicy cuisine. Will Chongqing's food conquer her taste buds? Let's find out.
I heard about China's most historical and cyberpunk spicy hotpot city, where train goes inside the building, city with skyscrapers. So I thought, let's visit and see with my own eyes.
Welcome to the channel. I'm very excited for today's video. You know the reason? I'm in one of the very famous city in the China. So welcome to Chongqing. Chongqing is very famous for its spicy food, especially Chongqing spicy hot pot. And I will also gonna try how much spicy it is. So you will find lot of this kind of spices shops everywhere. You will see spicy. You can make a sound. This way. Okay, let's go. Wow. Hello. See, this is kind of sesame ball. As you know, Chongqing is very famous for spicy hot pot. Apart from that, Chongqing also have another very spicy famous popular dishes like noodles, xiaomian, and there are a lot of spicy dishes, but I'm gonna try xiaomian. Look at this spicy level. They have green chili, red chili, as well as some more chilies inside. So normally in Chongqing's hot pot, they don't use water, they use this kind of tea, beef grease oil with this special tea. So that's why Chongqing's hot pot is quite special.
That brings today's program to an end. Let's meet, showcasing New Chongqing to the world. See you next time.